Okay, here we have the SRAM, the dub. The dub bottom bracket standard is here. Anyway, we have Charlie Walsh in the car filming, and this is the bunch. We're cruising up the freeway. We have Sam in the front, just driving it hard. And basically, there's three of us left after a few minutes. Sam on the front there in the black, and James in the blue. Second wheel, me sitting third. The reason why I sit on the back is just in case any koalas attack. I've got a certification in koala self-defense, so I just make sure the guys in front are safe. It's not like I'm trying to sit on or nothing. It's just all about koala safety. So we're cruising up the freeway there, and you can just see, Sam is an exceptional rider, mentally very, 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 very strong. Just sits in the front and drives it, and we had a bit of a headwind today as well, so it wasn't the best conditions for PRs. I did get a PR, just trying to hold Sam's wheel. I did manage to PR, but it wasn't the best conditions, quite a headwind. And so you can see the different pedaling styles here. You want to mix in the saddle and out the saddle, You want to mix them both up, because you can use your body weight, you can use your legs, things like that, different cadences. You want to mix it up. I generally prefer to climb in the saddle a lot, but I'll definitely get out the saddle just to use different muscles, give the legs a bit of a break, recover a bit. And so I'm not looking at my power meter at all. I had heart rate on actually today, just curious about my heart rate. And so all I was doing was just looking at the wheel. I had no watts to look at. Power didn't matter. All that mattered, I was just holding the wheel to the line and doing my best I could. In the end, Sam, he did pull away in the last couple of minutes. But a very, very good training. I was definitely in the hurt box. I had my mouth shut some of the footage, but I was just trolling. I was definitely in the hurt box. I was giving everything this evening. This is Saturday night. This is what I do Saturday night. It's 8 o'clock here. I'm going to edit this video, have some dinner, watch a movie with Natasha, and then and go to sleep and go for a run in the morning. Did a run this morning, 5K park run, and I got first place in that. It felt pretty good in the run. It was pissing down the rain this morning. It's quite an unusual morning. But yeah, you can see in the front there, Sam is just driven. He's driven. James on the white TCR. Crashed his TCR last week on the Green Hill Road, and got a new one there. So you can see old mate Durianrider there with the yellow helmet at the back, and just trying to go for it. And I definitely felt this was a killer workout. This was the best power I've done for 20 minutes for a long time. I can't remember. I did 327 watts. And I can't remember the last time I've ever done that. I'm not sure I don't even know if I've ever done that before. So it was just great. Just great holding on. Almost at the top there. Almost at the top. And this is a little flat section there. So Sam is on the front, just setting the pace the whole way, and still pulled away from us. Very exceptional. I don't think I've met a rider ever that strong mentally, just pushing it hard. And Sam is not a lightweight either. He's not a pure climber, but he can go very, very well on these long, fast climbs. Just sits in the front, reminiscent of Bradley Wiggins, Mount Diablo style, and just rode us all off his wheel. So it's pretty impressive, especially with the headwind and stuff. So if you're on the front, you're pushing out more power, and so if you're in the back, you're getting a bit of a draft there. So it definitely is an advantage to be at the back. So that's the climb there. I did like a 29 or something, 327 watts for 20 minutes, which is PR for me. What do I weigh? I don't know. I don't have any scales, but I've got kitchen scales for parts only. But no, it was good. It was a good solid hit out, and just trying to hold Sam's wheel, and it was good. So if you are doing these hill climbs, then all you have to do, don't even worry about your power meter, switch the screen off, put something else on, and just hold the wheel. Just hold the wheel, because it doesn't matter about your watts, unless you're pulling turns in the front and stuff like that, then that can help. But otherwise, you just hold the watts. Hold the wheel. That's all your focus is on. So that's all I did, is just trying to hold the wheel as long as possible. And that's a great tip there. Otherwise, it's easy to get distracted with the watts as they go up, or you go, oh, this is too much, or I can't hold this, and it can psych you out. It can sort of psych you out a little bit. So just ignore the numbers, use them for afterwards. because you're pacing off other riders. You don't need to pace yourself. If you're pacing yourself, power's really good. Because Sam could feel he's just holding it pretty steady, pretty smooth, very smooth. So it's very good to pace off. Definitely well paced. Another thing as well is when you're riding with noobs. Everyone's a noob at some point. Is just be accommodating. A lot of road cyclists are very, very pretentious, very sort of wanky and schwanky, and they think they're ready for the Tour de France, or they get a Rafa jersey or a casque helmet, and they think they are God's gift to cycling. When only a year or two ago they're riding, a real budget basic bike with flat pedals or whatever, and so they get a carbon bike or some road shoes or a $400 helmet is made in China for $6, and they become almighty then. I'm not sure why that is. I don't know. It's very common in road cycling, more than any other sport. I'm not sure why it is. If you know, let me know down below. I had my first road race in 1997, my first crit. And yeah, there was definitely some cliquey roadie crew. The guys who rode it tonight was all very, very chill. Just, as it should be. Welcoming. And that's how we build community, by embracing and welcoming people. But yeah, road cycling can be very cutthroat. So if you do find yourself, maybe you're in Sydney, maybe in LA, or maybe you're in New York or whatever, expect to encounter a lot of pretentious, pro wannabe pros who think every ride's the world championships, and $1 million is on the line, etc. And they sort of act quite, extremely cutthroat and pretentious and political and whatever. But I would say don't be put off by that, because there is good bunches out there. The bunch I rode tonight is an example of a good bunch, friendly, chill. And that's good. There's good bunches out there, and there's a lot of pretentious, cliquey, wanky bunches out there. I think Instagram sort of made it even worse. The posers, the cafe posers, and we all go to cafes and we all like to have bling, and we sort of pose and we wear our funny outfits and fancy shit. That's fine, but when we judge other riders, you've got a giant bike, or you've got mountain bike shoes, or your jersey's a bit faded, or your helmet doesn't match your sock colour, and that sort of shit does go on. And so I personally can't, associate people like that. I find it quite nauseating. Especially when typically a year or two ago they're riding an alloy bike with flat pedals or whatever, and then they get the carbon bike or a Cervelo or a Canyon or Pinarello or whatever, or some fancy Zing Zing, and they think they are the shit. But that's all good. It's all first world problems. End of the day, bums and bikes, that's the goal. Welcome people to the sport. Get them onto the hills. Get them on the Strava. Bit of banter's good. Give them some tips. If you see people struggling with a dry chain or a seat that's too high or too low, or if you got some advice, offer it in a friendly way, and help the noobs learn quick, because it is a sport with a very steep learning curve. So if you can give some noobs some tips, it'll change their life. It changed my life back in the day. I remember in 1996, riding my mountain bike around, and some roadies called up to me and gave me some tips, and it was like, oh wow. They're like, where's your drink bottle? What do you got to eat more and stuff like that. So it was a game changer. So the simple tips are very, very, can be very game changing. Anyway, that's my little thoughts post three-way TT thoughts, and I want to go get some carbs into me and go to sleep, and I've got to go for a little jog tomorrow morning, train up for that marathon goal this year, try and crack a marathon PR. Wow, talk about detox. You want to do a good detox? Go ride your bike up a mountain full gas, and it was very good fun. Not really that much fun during, but afterwards, a great deal of satisfaction. Just hold the wheel, keep your eyes on the road, pay attention, enjoy the moment. We'll see you next video.